get going. Just gonna set everything up. I can hide that. We have two bomb bags. We have the claw shot, spinner, that, and that. Excellent. We are just setting up. There's my game. And there's my tracker. There we go. And now I can see chat. The cuties that they are. Excellent. Let's go. Alrighty. Oh, that even sounds great. The more you know. Alrighty. Let's... why did this stop working? Oh my god, did my controller pick this exact moment to stop working at all? Game, you better not have. Oh, hang on. I know what it is. I know what it is. Let's make sure this works. There we go. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're back. We're back. Alright. Hello, Dodonks. Welcome in. Hello, welcome in. How are we all today? Alright, let's go. That is some lovely tea. Alrighty. I have the lantern, right? Yeah, I do. Alright. So last time we were here, we cleared the Twilight in both Faron and Elden Province. Now we've got a few options ahead of us today. We can go Forest Temple, however we don't have a sword, we don't have a shield, and we don't really have any way of inflicting damage outside the spinner. Which is probably not the best way to inflict damage if I'm being honest. Or we have, we can go through and clear the Twilight in Lanayru and open up Lake Hylia and Castletown, which I think is the better option. But there are a few things I just want to quickly do here in the woods. There's a chest that we have to get, that we can only get with the lantern. So we're going to take care of that quickly. Alright. Oh, there's also this cavern here, I guess. Again, we have no way of defending ourselves. So, we're just gonna... Essentially, the best we can do is just rush past these and hope they don't hurt us. There we go. That's about the best we can do in terms of inflicting damage. Excellent. I'm glad we detoured. All right. Oh, that did work. There you go. Alrighty. Welcome to Faron Woods. Normally we have a monkey. Hello, Snacky. How are you? It's good to have you in here. I was just saying before that we have the option of going through the Forest Temple now, or going through and clearing the Lanayru Twilight. And I think we're going to go to the Lanayru Twilight first, just because we don't have much in terms of making damage, which we might need a sword or shield or something in before we can really go through the Forest Temple properly. So we're just going to clear out a few chests here, and then we are going to head off to the Twilight there. But how are you, Snacky? I hope you're doing well. Alright. Open. Open. There we go. Right! I forgot about that. By the way, we still have ice damage. We still have fools. That's just grand, isn't it? There's our ice trap emoji right there. Ice trap emotes in the chat. There we go. Where's my game? I closed my game to be able to do that. There we go. Alrighty. Excellent. I hope you're doing well, Snicky. It is bloody cold where I am. I hope you're staying a little bit warmer at the very least. Oh, I didn't pull out my lantern in time. Glad it's the weekend mostly, lol. Same. I don't know about you, it's been a long week. I don't know if you're feeling that too, but it's been a long week and I am so glad it's the weekend. Have we got any special big plans for the weekend? I think my plans involve going and wandering the shops for a little while. Ever since moving, I don't actually go to shopping centres that often anymore. Mostly because I have no money. So I don't really go to the shopping centre all that often anymore. So it'll be nice to just have a wander along and see what's there. That's my weekend plans and doing a little bit of cleaning, I guess. Any big plans for the weekend for yourself? Okay, nothing there. Yeah, it's been a mix of humid and cold. I don't know, I think the word clod is funnier if I'm being honest. I like that. Now just sorting out various apartment things. Well, that'd be good. Sometimes it's nice just to be able to sort of take a sort of index of, excellent, of everything. Sometimes it's nice just to have a weekend of sorting things out. And there's our second ice trap. Excellent. For a thing that's supposedly very sparing, that's the second time in like, what, 5 minutes that's happened? Thank you for the ice trap emote. There you go. Alrighty. As I said, there's not much we can really do here. So we're essentially gonna exit out of here within a few minutes. I'm just seeing if/what there is that we can do on the immediate. I think there's a chest in this beginning room. Yes, I can see it already. So we're essentially gonna check this chest and then, again, being honest, there's not too terribly much we can do. We can't even properly defeat that Bokoblin. Unless we want to do the whole, you know, spin a strat or, you know, bomb them. Okay, piece of heart, excellent. So we're just essentially checking that chest and then exiting out. Alrighty. At the very least, we do start with the maps and the compasses to these dungeons. So we at least have an idea right off the bat of where all the monkeys are. We don't have to sort of try and deal with that issue. Alright. Let's go. We're gonna make our way now. I can't talk much, I'm afraid, because I'm recording. I've got the sound on mute, so I can't hear anything, but I'll be lurking. Okay, have fun with that. I'm just waving so you know I've read it. That was a very awkward way of saying that, but you get what I mean. And also, hello, also Soup. Welcome. Alright. Now we're gonna make our way down to the Lanayru Twilight. Wrong way. Yeah, go away, Keys. Hi, Merciless Hot Dog, welcome back! Hello, there's a chest here? We learned the ending blow! Okay, excellent. That is really good that we learned that. That's actually needed That's a win requirement item. Where am I going? Link dyed his hair. Yes, he did indeed. I'm about to die, aren't I? Oh, well, we're dead now. What the? Where am I? Okay, we're dead now. I just got so turned around there for a second. Alright. We're gonna save and quit. We're gonna save and quit. Don't worry, we're not finishing up just yet. We're just gonna save and quit so we can get back to the other side of the woods. I think that's just the fairest thing. Now the question is, do I have to reset the randomizer? No, I don't. Excellent. Okay. Let's go. Yes, he didn't. Link dyed his hair. Indeed, he did. Alright, so yeah, we've got the emo, this is not a phase, this is who I am, Mum Link. Oh. Every time I roll into something, I lose health, so I can't really keep doing that. So you can, with that bird there, you can essentially leave the area without paying. You can essentially steal the lantern oil. I always feel bad about doing that, so we just we just paid extra essentially. Because I always feel bad about the prospect of stealing it. Okay, we want to go this way. That was my problem. I started going to the wrong area. This is the correct way. Is that a chest? No, it's not. Okay, cool. Oh, well this is also the wrong way. Huh. I was going the right way before. Why didn't it work? Alright, whatever, we're here now. Done deal, we're here now, who cares? Let's go. But how are you, Merciless Hot Dog? Have you had a good week so far? I don't know what day slash month, like, what day slash month, I know what month it is. I don't know what time of day it is for you, or what the weather's like while where you are, but, I hope you're staying warm, staying cool, whichever one you prefer. I am freezing right now. Oh, I was talking to a friend of mine today. I was talking to my friend Muse today, and she was like, oh, you know, it's Australia. Australia's always hot. And I sort of went, yes and no. Australia is known for being a very hot country, but our winters do get kind of cold. And it's not like extremely cold or anything like that, not snowing, or at least not in my area. But it's cold enough that, you know, you notice it's cold. But the big difference is I need a horse. The big difference is that our houses have no insulation. That's my only method of doing damage, by the way. So we're gonna get our horse out. Unless you want to see me very painfully try and beat everything with the spinner. There we go, let's go. Alright. Let's go straight to the Lanayru province and start clearing out the Twilight there. That is actually going to take us a weirdly long amount of time. There we go. Ooh. It always makes me a little bit nervous when the game stutters like that. We are just gonna quickly detour here. Now there are all these caverns and caves that we do have to go through. But I'm just not gonna do that quite just yet. I'm looking to get a few more items first. Alright. Literally, once again, that's our only way of doing damage. Which kinda sucks. Alright, is that money? That looks like money to me. Excellent, we'll take 100 rupees, why not? We need the double claw shots to do this part, don't we? Yes, yes we do. Alright, back to Lineru. We will also have to go on a bug hunt at some point as well, I'm assuming. I'm not too terribly sure about it, but I'm assuming at some point we will have to go on a bug hunt. And the reason for that is, Agatha normally gives you 50 rupees for a single bug and 100 rupees for the bug's pair. So I'm assuming those items that she would give you for the bugs are also randomized. I'm, again, not 100% on that. This is my first randomizer for Twilight Princess, but it is a sort of assumption that I have. So I guess we'll figure that one out too. We are also going to skip the Elden Bridge. The Elden Bridge warp point. There are the 3 shadow monsters on the Elden Bridge that normally we have to fight at this point. We somewhat proved last stream, that we don't actually need to beat them because the bridge won't collapse. We also don't have a way of beating them. Not as human, at least. As wolf, we'd have a much better shot. As human, not so much. Now, you might be wondering why I collected that one and not the bug earlier. Main reason why I didn't collect the bug earlier is purely because the enemies were chasing us. And I don't have a way of fighting the enemies. We're just going to skip over all of this for now. Again, those shadow beasts can follow us all the way up to about this point, and we have no way of beating them. I tried, trust me. Once we get, even say like a bow or something, would be immensely helpful in just doing all of this. Alright, this is where we leave Epona. This is the lengthiest Twilight section. By far. This is the lengthiest Twilight section by far, and hopefully won't be too painful for us. I did sort of have a practice run of this Twilight section outside of the randomizer, between goes, because I was actually debating whether or not to actually show this on stream or just clear the Twilight out in my own time. The only reason why I didn't clear it out in my own time is purely because I just ran out of time. There's no checks that we can really do as a wolf here. We just have to wait for, we just have to work towards clearing the Twilight. That's pretty much it. Alrighty. But bro, can you at least promise me this? Just come home safely. I'm sorry, it's meant to be a serious scene, but it's a little funny. It's the bro. The word bro in there just makes it funny. Alright, let's go. Oh. Yeah, we're going the right way. Excellent. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is take off straight to Hyrule Castle. We're just going to take off straight to Hyrule Castle. We're not going to bother doing anything else. Huh? She says it's going to get a lot harder from here on out. She's straight up lying. We're good. It's just going to get longer. Alright, so while we're going through this Twilight section, has anyone been watching SGDQ 2025 this year? For those of you who do not know, Summer Games Done Quick, or SGDQ, is a semi-annual speedrunning marathon for charity. So far, they've raised over $1 million for Doctors Without Borders, and it's still going. It goes until Sunday afternoon Australian time. I don't know what that is in ET time, I'm so sorry. But it's a fantastic cause. There have been so many amazing runs so far. Last night they had the Silly Block, which is just the silliest games of all time, the dumbest games. They are so ridiculous. There was Hercules, which is a video game based off the TV series. And a lot of people don't know the TV series Hercules for being Hercules. They just know it as the show that Xena eventually spun off from. So if you've ever heard of the 90s princess of warrior princess of our pop culture hearts, Xena, she originated in the Hercules show. So they had a video game based off it, which is something I never knew. And I was like, cool, I've never seen this before. It is genuinely hilariously bad in the best way possible. And it is very clear that they were trying to go for Ocarina of Time. Like, the shapes of, like, the buttons and the sort of buildings and the aesthetics, very Ocarina of Time coded. Quite funny. Alright. So once again, we're just going to go through here. We've got to go to Telma's Bar and basically acknowledge the fact that Ilia is there. And then we get to clear out the rest, I guess. I don't even think we have to necessarily talk to Ilia. I just don't want to risk it in case we do have to in order to trigger what happens. I just don't want to risk it in case I'm wrong. Here's the conversation. So that's a shortened version of the cutscene that actually plays. So that's not the full cutscene. In the randomizer, it is shortened. That's why, if you're wondering why Minna's like, oh, such an emotional reunion, and you're sitting there going, oh, it wasn't? That's why. Not that way. We want to go back out the way we came, I believe. Alright. Mummy Midna. That's right, Mummy Midna's here. I'm still scared of searching that. Alright, let's go. We're about to go get set on fire, but this time as a wolf, not a human. So if you remember last randomizer, we had that hilarious cutscene play out, where the game sort of had that cutscene play out in the Twilight, but we were human and we started glitching all over the place. We're gonna go see that cutscene, but actually how it was intended as a wolf. Alright, let's go. Thank you for the lurk also, Soup. I appreciate it. Alright. Let's go. Again, she keeps stuttering. The game keeps stuttering, and she's making me nervous. Alright. Great Bridge of Hylia. So there's two of these Great Bridges. There's the Great Bridge of Hylia and the Great Bridge of Eldin. Number one, that does not look structurally sound. Like, I'd be concerned about that falling apart. The Eldin one's already technically fallen apart. But more to the point, these two bridges, these twin bridges, they're cool, but the Bridge of Eldin is much cooler. And that's because the Bridge of Eldin was the inspiration for the best Super Smash map. You can't tell me that Bridge of Eldin is not the best Smash map, because it is. I'm not even a Smash Bros player, or not that big of a Smash Bros player. I suck at Smash. But Bridge of Eldin's the best map. No ifs and buts. Alright. This is the way this cutscene's supposed to play out. Alright. My game is really laggy. Wow. Even the music's lagging. That's so weird. Ooh. Alright, here we go. Alrighty, from here we need to raise the water level. So we're going to... I don't actually have to talk to Fyro to load this guy in, do I? Yes, I do. Interesting. Okay, so there's a monster here that we have to defeat. And a monster in his bird. You have to talk to this guy to spawn in the monster. That's what he sounds like. Alright, there we go. The monster has spawned in. This fight here sucks. It sucks so bad. I do not enjoy this boss battle. We're gonna do it, I just don't enjoy it. Oh. Alright. What we've got to do is we've got to dodge the arrows, and then when he comes in like this, we've got to jump in and attack him. I love the sounds that the bird makes. If you can hear the sound. Okay, that's the cleanest go I've ever had of that. Normally, with the bird swooping in, it can be a little bit annoying trying to get the hitbox to work properly. A lot of the time, the hitbox is finicky where you just miss it, or the timing is just slightly off enough that you have a problem with it. So that's the easiest go I've had of that. In my practice session, I died to that. Alright. Alright, this is going to take us upstream. Now, this is the first of 2 times we'll have to do this particular flight segment in Twilight. We will then have to come back and do it outside of Twilight. As this becomes a mini-game later on. But, for now, we get to just do this little section without any issues. When we come back, we'll have to hit the Twilight parasites that will come through. Whee! Alright. This section here, I have very vivid memories of doing this section here for the first time as a child. Well, I say child, I was in high school, I think, when this game came out. Late primary school, early high school, I can't remember. So I was a child, but not like 5 or 6, I'm talking an older child. But I have very vivid memories of this section here. And that's because the second time you have to go through it, there's the Twilight Parasites, and you have to dash into the Twilight Parasites to hit them. It's not necessarily hard to hit them. It's, in fact, fairly decently easy. Knock on wood, because now I'm going to buff it up. My family and I struggled to do that section. In fact, we struggled so hard, it took us about 4 or 5 turns to actually properly do that. With no exaggeration in the slightest there. Alrighty. Easer doesn't actually give us anything here, so let's just head down. Alright. Let's go! Ice physics, let's go! My favorite part about any video game is always the ice physics. Alright. Let's go. Alright, so there's a fun little thing with this particular section here. So that first section, perfectly fine, no issues in the slightest. We are DK chilling. This section here, however, has a unique property to it. You have to pause there, and the game gives you no indications that you should pause. Otherwise, it's a fall. It was actually scripted to happen. That fall is scripted to happen on your first time out, unless you know to specifically pause for that. The problem is, it can absolutely kill you, especially in the Wii U version where they have hero mode, which is essentially hard mode. In hero mode, every hit does double damage, including any falls are all double damage, and there's no hearts. You cannot pick up hearts in grass or pots or anything like that. You only collect hearts from... There we go. You can only collect hearts from, like, pots, like, potions and... There we go. You can only collect hearts from potions or chews or fairies or anything like that. There's no hearts in the overworld otherwise. So it can be a really rough thing when you fall, and in that scripted fall, because of the double damage specifically. It is literally, it is ridiculous. In fact, recently I saw someone die in game over to that specific jump because of the double damage in hard mode. Alright. Also, that scene of the Zoras in the ice used to scare the crap out of me when I was a kid. That scene there terrified me. But not in like a, oh my god, I'm scared I'm gonna be trapped under the ice. I was like, that is so cool. I genuinely thought it was like the coolest thing ever, which it is. But was so genuinely creeped out at the same time that I couldn't sleep, even though I really enjoyed it and I thought it was really cool. In fact, there was a lot about this game that I found very cool, but also genuinely freaked me out. Nothing as bad as the Zoras there. I think the only thing that came close were in Hyrule Castle, all the ghosts of the soldiers. That creeped me out as a kid as well. But it was, again, I really enjoyed it. I thought this is the coolest thing ever. But it did absolutely unsettle me. And it's been a while since a game's made me feel like that. So that genuine unsettledness really sticks out in my mind. I think the only game that's unsettled me in quite the same way since was probably Undertale. And if you know, you know W.D. Gaster. That one kind of creeped me out. If you don't know and you would like me to elaborate, I can. Alrighty. Excellent. Now Princess Rutella's gonna talk to us and be like, save my child. The coolest design of any character in the entire Zelda universe, Princess Rutella. She is stunning. The music, the way the tail looks like part of her dress, the hair, everything. Like her hair looks like flotsam and it's so beautiful. This is genuinely the best design in any Zelda game. Look at her. Alright. Alright, let's go. We're continuing on here. I know the Twilight isn't particularly fascinating for a lot of people, but I hope my commentary is providing some sort of interest and, you know, relief from the boringness of the game. That doesn't sound real. That doesn't sound real good, but you know what I mean. Alright. So now we're down in Lake Hylia and we can finally start collecting tears. All of this was just so we could get to Lake Hylia to collect tears. That's it. Which is, again, redonkulous. This is an extremely long section. And I get it, it's the last of the Twilight. It's the last of the Twilight. They wanted to give the Twilight part of Twilight Princess a nice farewell. I do not count the Palace of Twilight as a nice farewell for the Twilight. Palace of Twilight is possibly the worst part of this game. Actually, not possibly, definitely the worst part of this game. Palace of Twilight and Lakebed Temple, worst parts of this game. There's always that one part in a video game where you're like, ugh, I have to do this, really? For me, in this game, it is 100% the Palace of Twilight. I can get through the Lakebed Temple. I don't want to do it, but I will get through it. My past 3 casual playthroughs of Twilight Princess have all died at the Palace of Twilight. Which is a shame because wait, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. Yeah, okay. It's a shame that two-thirds of my last few playthroughs have died to the Palace of Twilight because I genuinely love the Hyrule Castle here. I think the Hyrule Castle in Twilight Princess is probably the best final dungeon. And I know some of you are going to say Skykeep in Skyward Sword. It's Twilight Princess. Hands down. There we go. Yeah, Twilight Princess has, like, the best. Excellent. Has the best, 20 rupees. Final dungeon. But it's the Palace of Twilight that I just can't get behind. Even the boss of Palace of Twilight is fantastic. Zant is a fantastic boss fight. It's the dungeons themselves. The dungeon itself, I just don't enjoy. Come on. Alright, knocked that out the way. Alright, we're finally collecting Tears of Light. Oh, balls. That's not the right way. I suppose it wouldn't be a Sao Bao stream until the words "oi balls" are mentioned. Alright. Game? Game? Hello? Okay, there we go. Alright. Take 2, Electric Boogaloo. Are you kidding me? Come on, please. The hardest part of this should not be making a stupid jump. Alright, that's it. Next time we're cutting the Twilight sections out of this game. There we go. Alright, take 3. There we go. Let's go this way just to be safe. Ooh, come on. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so we have talked a little bit about the differences between this game and about the original release of Twilight Princess and the HD variant. One of the biggest changes was the way that they did the Twilight Realms sections. And we talked about this last time, how there are less tiers of light, but they are all in the same locations. It's just instead of having, say, 2 in one area, there's only 1 in one area. Which is very good. A few more changes in Twilight Princess were made as well. So the wallets were increased in capacity. So previously, I think your maximum amount by the end of the game was, I think, something like 1,000 rupees in the original. They increased the maximum to 9,999 in the HD version. Purely because people were very unhappy with the fact that you had to... You had the magic armor, but you had a very limited amount of money. And this game in particular suffers from the issue that a lot of other Zelda games did, but this I think is probably the worst example of it. I know other people say Ocarina of Time is the worst example, but I think this is the worst example, where you get to the end of the game and half of the things that you are picking up is money, and you have nothing to spend your money on. You require so much money in the beginning of the game for certain quests. For example, opening up Mallow Mart. Are you kidding me? Did I miss that? Thank you. Oh my god. That made me nervous for a second after talking about how easy it is to get these. I genuinely thought I missed it for a second there, and that was going to be super embarrassing. Alright, here we go. I completely blanked on what I was saying now. Oh yeah, biggest complaint was people. You require. There we go. All right, cool. You require so much money in the beginning of the game to open up the Mallow Mart, to get the magic armor. It requires quite a bit of money. So you, at a certain point, it does require a bit of grinding. There is a way to lower how much money you do need for that, but you either need 1,000 rupees and then a further 2,500 rupees, or you need 1,000 rupees, do a really annoying side quest, and then only pay 250 rupees. The annoying side quest is worth it in that regards. It's just, I can't imagine the amount of people who either didn't know you could do the side quest, or rage quit the side quest and just decide to collect the 2,500 instead. I know my first playthrough, I didn't know that we didn't, like, again, as a kid, I didn't know that side quest existed. So, we... there we go. Yeah, that side quest, a lot of people didn't know it existed, and even if they did, it was a case of, well, do I really want to do it? Which, valid. In all honesty, valid. Alright. Oh, come on, that was close enough. Is that not what I did? There we go. Much better. So this is the Nocturne of Shadow from Ocarina of Time, in case you weren't aware. Oddly enough, we can't skip this cutscene. That's fine. Still can't hear anything, but I'm loving watching this all, yay. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let teachings of all pass on to you, take sword in hand. Excellent. Alright. Wonderful. So he's going to be there. I don't actually remember if we collected the one from... Oh, we probably did. That's fine. Alright, now we are off to Hyrule Field and Hyrule Castle. So yeah, there's an exorbitant amount of money that, going back to what I was saying before, there's an exorbitant amount of money that you require if you don't know that side quest exists. So, and that becomes a really bad grind. As someone who has done that grind before, it can be a rough go. I'm talking like you're entering the same dig spot, smashing the same pots, exiting the dig spot, and then re-entering it to smash more pots. You're just entering and exiting the same dig spot over and over again, or killing the same amount of keys over and over again. It can be a rough go of it, and can take quite a while. So then, you expect once you get the magic armor that you're going to need more rupees, because the magic armor consumes rupees. And you imagine, and you sit there and go, oh, if that's how much I need at the beginning of the game, imagine how much I'm going to need at the end of the game. And this is further established by the game constantly handing you chests with money in it. No, you do not need money for anything further in the game, unless you want to buy potions. Okay, hero mode in HD, notwithstanding. Unless you want to buy potions or arrows or bombs instead of going searching for them in the grass or in pots, there is literally no reason for you to go to the shops. And even so, even if you do need to go to the shops, there's not much realistically. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. There's not much realistically that you would be spending all that money on. Even the bombs aren't expensive comparatively to how much money you have. So it's it can be quite frustrating having all this money by the end of the game, to the point where Twilight Princess had that unfortunate thing where you would open a chest and have 10 rupees in it or however much, and you go, but your wallet's full, so we'll put it back for now. Which was really annoying when you're trying to 100% dungeons. That's really laggy. That's concerning how laggy that is. So yeah, there was a major complaint about the fact that you just couldn't hold enough money, and people were mostly using the magic armor to empty out their wallets so they could actually complete their dungeons and open all their chests. So HD version increased the wallet capacities as well quite a bit, which was a really welcome change. They also removed the "but your wallet is full, so let's put it back from now" text. They allowed you to keep the rupees even if it wouldn't actually enter into your wallet. Just you bet, when I get home I'm rewatching the VOD with the sound on max. I love this new tracker, by the way. Thank you! Hang on, let me thank you. Excellent. Now you can... I was gonna say, you can't see or hear, like, you can't hear me, so I can't respond properly, but thank you. Alright. We have this one up here. And then we're going back up to, Yay, thank you for being accommodating and sorry for being annoying. You're not being annoying, though. Excellent. You're not being annoying, I promise. Map. Alright, so there's 3 more that we need to get. And they are all in Zora's Domain. Nice and easy. One's up here. We will have to take damage here to bonk it off the wall. Come on. Here's a good little killer bug. There we go. Oh, there's actually 4 here, sorry. Again, I sometimes get this confused with the HD version where there's only 3. Alright. There's 2 here. Again, once we actually... Once we actually get through the Twilight, we're actually going to get to the randomizer portion of this randomizer. That was stupid. As I said, this is my first randomizer that I'm ever doing for Twilight Princess. So it's a learning experience for us all. And what I'm learning is we're cutting out the Twilight sections next time. There is no benefit to having these in. This way. Alright, just bear with me. We are going to finish climbing this and then we're going to start a Gambler because I haven't done that yet today. No. Come on. There we go. That's not the way I wanted to go, though. Oop, balls. Well, that wasn't it either. Oh, no, hang on. Hearts, thank you. Alright. Redoing this entire section, just in case you weren't sick of the Twilight yet. Tonight. Don't forget, if you want to hear me talk about anything specific, you can redeem your channel points for Roller Coaster Fun Facts, for Zelda Fun Facts, 2 truths and 1 lie about me, or any of my gaming hot takes. Some of them are particularly cold takes, they're not particularly hot takes, but still, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Again? That should have worked. I don't care what you say. That should have worked. Alright. From the top. Make it drop. Wait, no, we're not singing that. Alright. Up you hop. No. I'm not even gonna bother to heal up. If I die because of this... that's fair. Okay. Thank you. My god, that should not have been so hard. Thank you. Give me my... There we go. I was gonna say, give me the 1 piece of heart there, like the 1 heart that it gives me. They say the reward for... Kakariko Gorge double claw shot chest is a yellow rupee. That's actually the one that we were looking at before. Where I went, can I do this with without the double claw shot? And went, ah, no, I have to do the double claw shot. That's good to know, actually. We don't need a yellow rupee. Alright, this is our last one. Why isn't this working? Thank you. Well, our last one with an asterisk. Come on. Come on, you stupid bug. Thank you. Alright, now Midna's gonna want to talk to us, and the last one's in Hyrule Field. Not Hyrule Field, Lake Hylia. Alright. We're just gonna smash these boxes for a quick heart. Or lots of money. Lots of money it is. Let's just quickly check up here for a quick heart. Oh, and there's also... Can I open this chest as a wolf? I can indeed. Really? We're already low on health and that's what the game gives me to work with? Alright, let's just warp to Lake Hylia. Oh, come on, game. I do actually really like the Twilight music. That was a huge criticism of the game when it first came out, was that the music in the Twilight Realm was kind of not it. I disagree. I love the music in the Twilight Realm. It's one of the most, it's equally haunting and nostalgic at the same time, and I don't know how to explain that. Alright. Welcome to the boss battle that annoyed the crap out of me when I was a kid, and still kind of annoys the crap out of me. It's not even hard, it annoys me. Over here, I'm gonna get on this big piece of wood. Alright. Here it goes. This is our last bit of Twilight, and then we can finally get into the randomizer aspect again. Oh, bad. Oh, bad. If I die here, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Now that I've said that, I'm definitely gonna die here, aren't I? Alright, there we go. See, it was this last bit of the battle where you have to tackle all of its legs. I had no idea what you were supposed to do there, so I just kept biting at it, and then it would keep flipping over and going back and doing another cycle of the first bit. So I had no idea how to actually fight that properly. And that's why it annoyed the crap out of me as a kid, because I didn't understand how that final bit was supposed to work. Clearly it's not that hard, I was just dumb. Alright, Twilight is done. Let's go! Alright, there are a few things that we can check in here right now. So now that we have the claw shot already, so we can boop-a-doop-a-doop up here. Oop, up here. There we go. So there's a doorway up here. There's another part of this that requires the double claw shots, so we are going to have to come back when we do get the double claw shots. That was a redundant sentence. We're going to need the lantern. Now we can actually start the randomizer in earnest. 100 rupees. Excellent. Bombs. Excellent. Alright, I'm going to take a guess on this item. It's going to be 10 rupees. No, an ice trap. I'm going to say ice trap. Oh, more bombs. Excellent. I will never say no to bombs, considering that's our only real way of doing damage at the moment. Alright, now that we've got our health recovered, we can actually start exploring in earnest, which is very, very nice. The randomizer is about to well and truly take off, people. Alright, but for now, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. I am busting for the loo, and I really need to refresh my cuppa because my hands are going freezing without it. I sit there with my hands wrapped around my cup to warm myself up. So, we're going to take a 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. Maybe get some water, grab a drink, grab some foods, a snack, grab a blanket, grab an aircon. I don't know what you're feeling like. But just be sure to join us back here in 5 minutes. And we'll get straight into exploring in proper earnest. So, I will see you then. See you soon. Oh, also, if you see anything funky happening on the break screen, no, you don't. we are back. I hope everyone had a lovely break just then. While we were on break, I had a thank you. So, let me have a look. I just dropped my controller. Thank you, Okay Just Gaming, for the follow. That's really appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope you're enjoying watching me suffer and fail. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much. I do genuinely appreciate it. Alright, we've got quite a few things to check while we are here in Lake Hylia. Okay, so Poes are now available for us to fight. However, we don't have access to Wolflink form. We are going to see if Aru is up on the top of the thing. I actually don't know how this works. It looks like he's up the top of the tower there, and if he'll give us the notes, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out, I guess. Alright, oh, that's right. I was also supposed to start up again, but bear with me for 2 seconds. Alrighty, what will we find first? I think that's going to be our Gamba today. Our first Gamba today, I should say. Let's go. So Light Arrow... Oh, no, Light Arrows aren't even in the game. What am I doing? So let's go Bow, Tunic... Bow, Tunic... Move... Sorry, I'm just pulling up some options. Or... Excellent. So, we've started the prediction. Some of those options, you may not know what it means. Let me explain. So, we have got a prediction up on which items are we going to find first. So, the options are bow. That's the bow and arrow. I feel like that one's fairly self-explanatory. Tunic is the magic armor or the Zora tunic. The hero move is a move that we get in from the hero shade. So that's, we had the finishing blow earlier. So that's a move like that. Then we have a sword, or we have Wolflink. So at the moment we require an item to be able to freely change into Wolflink. We currently don't have that item, so we can't change into Wolflink. So, whether or not we find that item or not, that's the question here. So feel free to put in some points for that. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up on my phone to see what's happening here. Yep, those are the options. Feel free to put some points in for that. All right, so we are. Oh, Bo's in the lead currently. Feel free to get those votes in for that. Yes, I plan on going to the desert. Alright. We got water bombs. Grand. Excellent. Does that even show up? No, it doesn't even show up in my bomb bag. Alright. Not that we can do much with water bombs in this instant because we don't actually have a way of sinking down to the ground yet. Okay, so there are a few more checks that we need to do. So over here we can actually pay Fierro, or whatever his name is, to take us up to the top of Lake Hylia. So we can use a Coco to fly down to those chests there. So we're going to go do Fun Fun Island. Nope. Alrighty. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Alright. Sorry, no canon music today. There you go, there's your canon music. Alright. Now, full disclosure, I suck at doing this without the iron boots. I usually use the iron boots in order to do this properly. We don't have the iron boots, so we are just going to suffer for a little bit. In fact, I did a practice of the Twilight section, just so I understood what I was doing. I also did a practice of this section, and keep in mind this practice was done in vanilla gameplay, not in the randomizer. So if you're sitting there going, hang on, if you've already done it, don't you know what items are there? No, we did this. I did this in like a vanilla gameplay, not in the practice, like not in the randomizer itself. I struggled doing this so hard. Like, so bad. Can I... Oh! Hey, yo! Alright, she made it in. 10 rupees. That's certainly a chest. Oh, balls. Alright, we're gonna have to come back for that one. Hopefully it's not anything too important. Oh my god. I don't even think that prediction's closed yet. So if anyone wants some free points, you better get in for Bo. Because that's going to be the winner. Let's see if we can get... Oh, piece of heart. I will take that. We're going to see if we can snake through without hitting that hoe. Yeah, I'm seeing everyone sinking points into Bo right now. There we go. Excellent. Alright. That bow is really important. That's going to give us a way of killing things. A way of inflicting damage. We're also going to quickly do as much of the cavern up here as we can. And then we are going to make our way to Castletown. We can technically also get to City in the Sky right now. However, without much of a way of getting around there, there's not much point in going, if I'm being honest. What the... Alright, screw this. We're going straight to Hyrule Field. We're gonna ignore this cavern for now. That jump just makes me so annoyed. And that wasn't even the right area. I've got to go up the wooden bridge. I'm a dum-dum. Has that prediction closed? Alright, that prediction did close. Excellent. So, Bo, unsurprisingly, is the winner. Let me choose outcome. Bo, congratulations to whoever won that. Congratulations. Do I get an inkling as to who won that? That goes to Dodonks. Congratulations to Dodonks for that. Excellent choosing. I think you got most of your points in before we even found the bow, so excellent guess on that too. Alright, we are going up here and we are going to clear a little bit of that cavern out. The cavern up here is a particularly big one with quite a few poes. So we won't be able to clear everything out, but we can at least do a little bit of it. Alright. I just love the animation he does when he takes damage. It's quite funny. Alright. Again, without a bow, there's not too terribly much we can do. Like, without a sword, or without the wolf-link form, there's not too terribly much we're going to be able to do. But we're still going to do as much as we can. Alright. Excellent. I could have claw-shotted them in reality to save myself some arrows, but it's gonna be fine. Another orange rupee. They are just piling on the money. See? Don't need to conserve arrows too much. Crap. Okay, cool. That did surprisingly work. Excellent. Oh, we also have bomb arrows. Of course, that gives us access to bomb arrows as well. Let me just tick that off on the tracker. Excellent. Again, just loading us up with money today. Alright, excellent. So you may be wondering why I just bomb arrowed instead of oh! That is excellent. That makes me so happy. We finally have a shield. That didn't actually help us at all in that particular instance. So yeah, you may be wondering why I decided to bomb arrow there instead of just picking up the bombs. Purely because it would have taken, we would have gotten a lot more damage than we ended up getting. We would have taken quite a bit of damage. Excellent. Alrighty. Excellent. Alright, that's it. Hello, Placehold! Welcome in! How are you going? Alright. We are... bombs. I needed new bombs. We are slowly making our way through the Lake Hylia cavern here. We have a bow and a shield, finally. Hello, hello. It's good to have you here, Placehold. How have you been? How's your night been? Alright. Where are you? I can hear you. There you are. Might as well, there, for free, put some chew jelly in our lantern. There we go. We have had a wonderful time here. We have finally cleared out all the Twilight across Hyrule. That way we can finally start searching in earnest. We were sort of stuck just doing vanilla gameplay for the longest time. So now we're actually going to be able to do some actual gameplay. Thank you. Move out of the way. I'm so tired. Did over 7 kilometers of steps in a tiny area doing school holiday activities. I was literally running off my feet. That sounds like a big day. That sounds exhausting. Was it at least a good exhausting, or was it a bad exhausting? Alright. These here are the Dodongos. If you shoot them in the mouth, they automatically die. If you shoot their tail, they take like 5 arrows. So it's always better to shoot it in the mouth. That is a little known fact. Is that a sign with a hint in it? Nothing beyond this point. They say the reward for the Forest Temple Gale Boomerang is a piece of heart. Excellent. Is there nothing beyond this point, like, indicative of the randomizer or what? Oh, hello. Sorry, chat just popped off while I was talking. I think OG Soup isn't at their computer right now and can't watch the stream there, so I'm watching in their place on a different device. Placehold, that's huge. Good exercise, though. I need to jump on that. Same here. That sounds like really good exercise. I will stay polite and say it was character building. You know what? some things are just listed as canon events, and that's being polite. Alright, if nothing is beyond that point, then we are gonna exit. This was a good cavern though. We finally got a shield, which was really nice. Triforce Piece getting crushed. I like it. No Triforce Pieces for us today. Good old-fashioned defeating bosses. Alright. I like that canon event. That's right, it's a canon event. You can't interrupt. I watched a bowling alley themed first person shooter last night. That's a canon event. Yeah. That was definitely a canon event. It was something. Again, if you haven't seen the silly block of SGDQ, please go watch that. Thank you for following Kaylee Cakes TTV. I hope you're enjoying the stream and having a great night, or day, or morning, or evening, or whatever time it is for you. I hope you're having a great time, and thank you for the follow. Hello, DJ Amplify. Welcome in. It's good to have you. Welcome to the bonus stream. Alright, we are done in Lake Hylia for now. We are definitely going to come back here again once we have the Wolf Link piece, but there's a few things. Yuppie! Oh, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. And I love the heart emotes. Thank you. Alright. We have quite a few things now available. Oh, that frame rate is rough. She laggy. Saw your posts on Twitter and here I am. Oh, thank you. I'm really glad to hear that. I hope I'm living up to the hype that I made on Twitter. No, but that's awesome. Thank you so much. Alright, yeah, I tried before to sort of skip around that part and I can't. So, let's go to Castletown. There's quite a few things we can check out while we're in Castletown. This frame rate is really concerning, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it seems to have fixed itself a little bit. I'm hearing New Gamba. Quite a few of you missed the last Gamba, so let's just do heads or tails. Nice, easy one for today. Alright. Oh, thank you for redeeming a random Zelda fact placehold. So we're in Twilight Princess, so our first random Zelda fact will be Twilight Princess themed. There are exactly 2 dogs in the game. So Twilight Princess has 2 dogs in the game, and yes, you can pet and pick up both dogs. But despite the fact that both of these dogs appear, one of them appears in Ordon Village and the other one appears in Castletown. So they appear in very specific areas, and the one in Ordon Village appears indoors as well. So despite the fact that neither of them appear anywhere close to a body of water, in the game's code, there is actually a unique animation for when you go canoeing near a dock. So if you, in the game's code, it was also sort of, again, there's only 2 places where you go canoeing in the entirety of Twilight Princess. That's the fishing hole and the River Rapids minigame. Both in the same sort of area as well. Now, neither of those areas are near Ordon or Castletown, so there's no chance of a dog getting there. But it was originally, according to, by looking at the game's code, it seems originally you were going to be able to canoe pretty much anywhere. That sucked. It seemed like you were going to be able to canoe pretty much anywhere. So there is actually a unique animation for when you go canoeing near a dog, where the dog will actually jump into the canoe and sit right at the top of the boat. So there you go. There's your fun fact, Twilight Princess theme, that there are unique animations for dogs and canoes. Thank you so much for redeeming your fun fact. This. Are you kidding me? Even in vanilla gameplay, I suck at this particular spin apart. That's super cool. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for redeeming your points for that. Hey! I will take second try. I suck so bad at that. I will take second try. All of that for bombs. That's it. Just for bombs. Excellent. Again, this frame rate is concerning me. I don't know if you can tell, but the frame rate is significantly slowed down. That was a blast. Absolutely it was. Ah, thank you so much for redeeming a roller coaster fun fact. So your roller coaster fun fact for the day, there is in, and I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of the park because I do not speak German, and I do not pretend to speak German. There is a park in Germany with a unique ride called Wilde Hilde. The ride itself is somewhat unique. It's what they call a vertical wild mouse coaster. So we've talked about wild mouse coasters on this channel before. They are a series of unbanked turns, which means that the turns you don't curve up for the turns. Like normally on a roller coaster, you sort of curve into a turn, and that's called a banked turn. An unbanked turn is where you just stay flat and just turn. So a wild mouse coaster is usually a series of unbanked turns with some dips. This is a vertical wild mouse coaster where it sort of goes down, and you sort of go almost beyond a 90-degree down. Mr. Bro, wait. So it's a vertical wild mouse coaster, which is a rare enough model as it is. But this particular roller coaster is chicken themed, which genuinely is the coolest thing ever. It is chicken themed, and it has its own theme song. The theme song's available on Spotify, which is hilarious in its own right. But the song Wilde Hilde is the song Popcorn. If you know the song Popcorn, it goes do 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 do. But it is chicken themed, so the entire song is chickens bocking, which is again the best thing you've ever heard. And it surprisingly goes hard for a chicken themed roller coaster song. So if you ever get the chance to do so, go on Spotify, search up Wilde Hilde, which is Wildehilda, or Hilde, sorry. Go check out Wilde Hilde on Spotify. The song slaps. It just straight up slaps. So there you go. There's your roller coaster fun fact for the day. If you'd like to hear more about weird themed roller coasters, I have quite a few facts on that one as well. OMG, that sounds amazing. I need to go there one day. Honestly, I'm not even joking. It's on my bucket list of roller coasters purely for the theming itself. A chicken themed roller coaster sounds like my dream. Alright, how's that Gamba going? Is that done? Submissions have closed, so we have 92% of people thinking that it's going to be Tails. I also think I'm about to get... Okay, we're just going to pause that for a second while we choose the outcome. Siri, heads or tails? Someone's going to be very happy and two people are not going to be. It's heads. Congratulations to whoever just won that Gamba. You win some serious points there. So, oh, that's Placehold. Congratulations, Placehold, for that. Alright. I don't know where my map suddenly closed, but we're going to fix that. Alright. That, woof. Alright, cool. Excellent. We might reset the randomizer in a second here. DJ Amplifier redeemed. Salbal gives her hot gaming takes. Red rupee, excellent. They say that the reward for Cat's hide and seek minigame is an orange rupee. Excellent. They say that the plum fruit balloon minigame is 10 rupees. Even better. I hate doing that minigame. Alright. Salbar gives our hot gaming takes. Thank you. Okay, so if anyone here is familiar with the Metal Gear gaming series, they know that if anyone here is familiar with the Metal Gear gaming series, it's a very highly acclaimed gaming series, very well regarded. Love MG. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I personally love Metal Gear Solid, like the series, the Metal Gear series. One of my favorites all up. My hot take here, a lot of people consider Metal Gear Solid 5 to be among the best in the series. And they consider Metal Gear Solid 4 to be good, but not particularly top tier. My serious hot take, I don't care for MGS 5. I don't care for Metal Gear Solid 5. I understand why people love it. I don't. I understand why people love it. I just don't. The best game in the series is Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, 5 in terms of the numbered ones. If we're including like Peace Walker and Portable Ops and all of that in there, that's a different story. But my hot take, and I guess it's even a hotter take, Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 5 are less, not even in my top 3 games. A lot of people would find my hot take about Metal Gear Solid 3 in particular to be quite egregious, but there you go. Thank you for redeeming your hot gaming takes, Sally. Less chatty, hope you don't mind, busy with some projects. Katie Cakes, that is perfectly fine. You can be as chatty or as least chatty as you would like. I appreciate you being here. That's, yeah. You do not have to apologize or anything like that. Do you stream daily? I don't stream daily. Typically, I stream Tuesday and Thursday nights with the occasional bonus stream. Today is indeed a bonus stream. It is 7:46 PM on a Friday for me, in case you're wondering about the time zones. So we are. Are you kidding me? Can I just put this off? Nope, there it is. Yeah, so I do stream Tuesday and Thursday evenings. Today is a bonus stream as I was volunteering for Games Done Quick last night, instead of streaming, so yes. But we do a regular bonus stream. Hello, Chatto! Hey, Ducky, welcome in. Good to have you here. I hope you're enjoying yourself this cold, bitterly cold night. We finally did all the Twilight parts, which was not particularly interesting, and now we're getting to the actual rando parts. Dominion Rod! Oh, dip. Okay. I will always take the Dominion Rod. That opens up a lot of checks for us. Excellent. Hang on, that's a good point, actually. We're gonna check to see if it's the, does it work? Okay, it doesn't work. Excellent. So I think we will need to find all the Sky characters to restore it, I think. No? That doesn't make sense. We will have to find some way of restoring it. So apart from streaming, what's your other hobbies? That's a great question. So, oh god, what are my hobbies? No. I do a lot, actually. I really enjoy doing my nails and doing nail art. And doing other people's nails as well. So I picked up how to do nail extensions and nail designs in, he's still not going to let me in. Excellent. Nail designs and nail stuff like that when in COVID. And I picked that up and continue doing that. Cleaning up after muffins, I bet. Yeah, that's definitely something I do. I don't know about hobby, but it's definitely something I do. Muffins is my adorable little cat. I do a lot of painting. I love going for runs, which is something that, you know, me from 4 years ago would faint hearing. Yeah, I enjoy. Okay, it's just a red potion. Alright, even when Malomart does open, we don't need to come back for it. Excellent. I love painting. I love gaming. I volunteer for Games Done Quick. I love speedrunning, although I haven't really seriously done speedrunning in quite a while. I binge watch a lot of TV. There's quite a few things I do. I keep myself quite entertained. Matte nails with dark color looks good. Oh yes, it does. I actually just I had black matte nails on earlier actually. I only took them off earlier this week, so I've got boring, plain old, stubby, broken nails right now, which isn't quite as nice. Muffin, I love cats so much. Yes, Gremlin Muffins is around here somewhere, in theory. I don't know where she is. Last time I saw her, she was trying to eat my bags. So my cat Muffins, love it a bit. She is a bit of a weirdo though. She loves, her favorite pastime is licking bag handles. She loves a good old bag handle. I don't know what to tell you. She will go to town on them. She'll spend at least 20 minutes just sitting there licking the bag handle. I think it's the texture and just like the salt from people's sweat when they pick up bags and stuff like that. But she goes to town on those bag handles. Alright. Yes, people here in chat are well acquainted with Muffins. Every so often she will stick her butt in my face on stream. There's the Gremlin Muffins. Alright. So we are just gonna sit here and donate rupees. If you would like to redeem for any facts or anything like that, please go ahead and do so. We are just donating a bunch of rupees, essentially. No, I didn't want to do 30. Oh, that's 100. Wow, they actually fixed that. Why 48 hours? I don't know what that means. Did I say we're going to be doing this for the next 48 hours? Oh, why 50 and not 100? Because in vanilla gameplay, that's actually 30. So it's actually 30 and 50. I didn't actually bother reading it. I just clicked 50 out of habit. So, yeah, I just kind of didn't realize that it said 100 because I didn't read it. Oops. BTW, hope you don't mind my suggestion. Why not add some cool animated emotes based on your cats? Looks dope. Yeah, we've got the cute little emote, the Gremlin Muffins emoji as placeholder, just so demonstrated. I've got some more emotes in the pipeline eventually once I get around to it. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Alright, my phone autocorrection is so stupid, I hate it. Case in point, I meant autocorrect. I honestly autocorrected your own words for you. Hope you don't mind. Alright, this game I hate. I suck at this game. In fact, for the round 2 of this, I usually use a guide. Balls. I think I've bopped. Oh no, I didn't bop it. Alright, cool. Alright. Are you kidding? That checks out. Get your ice trap emotes ready. There it is. Okay, so when I set up this randomizer, it said, how often do you want ice trap emotes to come up? And I wrote, I put in, like, there was the option of, like, you know, rarely, fairly regularly, or, like, regularly, or often, or anything like that. I put in rare for these ice trap emotes. And yet, we've gotten, like, 4 today alone. Thank you for the on-screen celebration of the ice traps. That is truly cursed in the best way possible. Thank you. Is this still blocked off? No, it's not. Excellent. Can I show you some cool examples? Yeah, go ahead. Feel free to drop some emotes in the chat. Oh, I do like those. Those are cute. Oh, again, the frame rate is kind of scaring me. I'm not gonna lie. Even the music is suffering from the frame rate. Oh, this frame rate is kind of scaring me, I'm not gonna lie. We might reset the randomizer in a moment to see if it fixes it. Hello? Why is that not... Okay, let me try over here. I remember this claw shot space being a little bit annoying to hit. Even in vanilla gameplay. See? There it goes. This has always been a very annoying claw shot spot to hit. Come on. Down, up. There we go. Finally. We have to do that a potential... No, we can't actually do it a second time. Never mind. We need the wolf. Followed you on Twitter. Hope you follow back so I can share you. Alrighty. Thank you so much, Kaylee Cakes TV. I appreciate it. Alright, there we go. Again, this frame rate kind of scaring me. Hey, I will take another heart container. Why not? Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to collect this bug here. And... Oh, hello, sign. They say the reward for the Palace of Twilight collect both souls is an orange rupee. That means I don't actually have to do that. Use a helping hand as bombs. Even better, I don't have to do that. Okay. Once again, this frame rate kind of concerning. Is that a Poe? Or is that a bug? Alright, we're gonna collect this bug here. And then we might actually reset the rando. Just because it's the frame rate's actually concerning me at this point. Alright. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Kaylee Cakes TTV redeemed roller coaster fun fact. Thank you so much for redeeming a roller coaster fun fact. I genuinely appreciate it. And good timing just as we're resetting the stream. So there we go. Your roller coaster fun fact. There have been some really weird themings for roller coasters over the years. So you've had themes like the previously mentioned Vilda Hilda. Again, one of my favorite roller coaster ideas of all time. There we go. That's working now. We've had some really bizarre things like that. There was in Russia. There is a roller coaster that is themed to a meat packaging. What is it? A meat processing factory. There is, yes. In fact, I can't even remember the name of it. Let me just quickly... Just so I can remember the name. Oh, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this. Velikoluski? I've definitely butchered that one. The name is in Russian, but it translates directly to meat processing plant. The roller coaster has been quite successful and quite widely regarded. There is actually a meat processing plant 2. There was a sequel roller coaster, equally successful. So there's your today I learned that there is a meat processing plant themed roller coaster, and it is actually themed after an actual meat processing plant that exists. So it's the weirdest sort of product placement that we've seen in quite a while. Alright, let's see if this works. Thank you for redeeming that fun fact, by the way. Excellent. The frame rate's still a little funky, but it's as good as it's gonna get. So we're just gonna deal with it for now. Alright, what we are going to do now is we're going to head up to Upper Zora's River. Ooh, okay, that almost froze for a second there in a way that I did not enjoy. Alright, we are going to head to Upper Zora's River. And there's quite a few things that we can do there. So we can go to the fishing hole. There's a piece of heart in the fishing hole. And we can also... I don't know if Roller Goal is actually randomized, so we can at least check that. So Roller Goal is a little mini game that they have in... There we go. That they have in Twilight Princess in the fishing hole. It is a... It's a unique little mini game. I don't mind it so much. I know it caused a lot of frustration for a lot of people, but no, it's a fun little mini game. Okay, cool. The whole point of the mini game is that you have to roll a little ball through a little course using tilt controls. Except on the GameCube, with the GameCube controller, you use your, your C-stick. On the Wii version of the game, you would actually use the Wii tilt controls for it. So it did give it was quite unique in that aspect. There's a privacy on your Twitter, girl. I can't send you a message. Oh yeah, that's probably correct. We can fix it up later. We'll come back to these dig spots once we actually have the ability to, I don't know, check, get Wolflink. So yeah, there's this the Roller Goal mini game. You can use the Wii tilt controls in the Wii version. In the Wii U version, you could either use the stick or the tilt controls, depending on what your settings allowed for. If you're playing with the Gamepad Pro, you could use your tilt controls or the stick. If you're using the Pro controller that came out for the Wii U, which a lot of people don't know that there was a Pro controller for the Wii U. There's another fun fact for you. The Pro controller for the Wii U did not actually have tilt controls, so it was a stick-only thing that you could do. So yeah, Roller Goal's quite a unique little mini game. There's many different ways you could play it, which is something that isn't typical for most little mini games like that. Alright, we are slowly making our way back up to Zora's Domain. Again, it would be quite a bit faster with our horse, but oh well. Oops. We're already halfway there anyway, mostly there. So Roller Goal in particular and the fishing hole are two, like, the fishing hole is my favorite area in any Zelda game. I have such good memories attached to the fishing hole in Twilight Princess. To the point where I was obsessed with this fishing hole, and I was obsessed with fishing in Twilight Princess. The fishing hole just has such a beautiful little calming atmosphere to it. I would get home from school, I would boot up Twilight, I would turn around, finish my homework, zoom through my homework and go, Mom, please can I put on Twilight Princess, please? And she'd be like, alright. You have 20 minutes before your father comes on and turns on the news, so, you know, fine, off you go. So I would get really excited and turn on the... Oh, I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Turned on the, GameCube and booted up the fishing hole, and I'd just sit there and relax with the fishing hole music. I wouldn't even play the game, I'd just open up the fishing hole. And every time my sister would walk into the room and go, again? You have a weird obsession with this fishing hole. I don't get it. It was every time. Fishing Princess, that's it. Exactly. Fish. Oh, you love a good fish, don't you, Playsoul? Again, if you're wondering why I'm using the spinner, it's my only direct way of doing damage outside of the bow. Which is a little pathetic. Or I can do the claw shot bomb combo again, but that one was a bit rough. I can't even do a shield attack. Normally you can sort of go yeah with the shield and do a shield attack. Yeah, you can't even do it. I get it. Yeah, that's it. Alright. What does this sign have for us? I think we already read it, but still. Oh, that's the Cack Gorge double rupee. Excellent. BRB, enjoy, have fun, Kaylee. Alright. Now, without iron boots, there's not much in terms of the checks that we can do down here. We would need iron boots for a majority of the checks in Zora's domain itself. Boom. But we can at least see all of these text boxes again. We can at least clear some of the ways. You know what? I'll take it. It worked. Whatever. Oh, give me that. There we go. Alright. One of my other favorite things to do in this game is just to climb right to the top and just go whee! And boom. Sometimes Link takes damage from that, and that's when I got really amused. Alright, we can also go climb Snowhead soon-ish, but not quite just yet. I don't remember what our settings had, but I think the Reek Fish is required for us to get up Snow Peak. I genuinely don't remember. There is a setting to skip the Reek Fish. I don't know if we hit it or not. We'll find out. So with the Snow Peak area, generally you're required to get the scent of a Reek Fish. Never skip a fish. That's it. You can't skip a fish ever. I agree. Normally you're required to get a Reek Fish to I like the fact that it's just sitting there waiting for me and I don't actually have to struggle to collect it. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, you normally have to collect a Reek Fish and get the scent of the Reek Fish in order to climb Snow Peak. Even if you know the way up Snow Peak, the Snow Peak area without, like, even if you know it from a previous gameplay, like a previous playthrough, it still will not allow you to get through the area without the Reek Fish scent. It will still... Okay, cool. It will still void you out, even if you are going the correct way. At a certain point, if you do not have the Reek Fish scent in your possessions, you get voided out. So it can be a little bit of an annoying little bar there, especially in a randomizer. I'm assuming. Again, this is my first randomizer. Okay, these signs haven't changed. That's nice to know. Now, before the fishing rod was not working for us. We're going to try again and see if the fishing rod will work for us this time. Because there is a bottle down here in vanilla gameplay. Okay. It's working. This wasn't working for us last time. Oh, piece of heart. Excellent. That's good to know. So that's our fishing rod check done. I really like the fishing here. I don't know what to tell you. I could do an entire stream of just me fishing in this fishing hole. That's it. Alright, go away, little fish. There you go. Alright. Thank you for redeeming the fish celebration. I hope you enjoyed your wee little fish time. Alright, we can also check roller goal while we're here. This camera angle is kind of bugging out at the moment, and I'm not quite sure why. I think it may be the presence of the fishing rod. Alright. He looks so happy! Fish! Hi there! Hey! You've never been here before, have you? Alright, welcome to the fishing hole. That's a special fish tank! So there's Purdy here. If you roll into the desk too many times, you actually get kicked out and you can't come back in until you apologize. See, that happens. If you roll into the desk too many times, you actually get kicked out. It's kind of funny. So these photos here on the wall, you can actually zoom in and interact with them. So here you can see Isa, her sister. And you can also see Koro, who is the guy who sold us our lantern. Or, in vanilla gameplay, he sells the lantern. In actuality, I think he sold us a rupee or something like that. But over here is the Hylian fishing man from Ocarina of Time. And she turns around and says, I wish, he may just be one of my ancestors, but that may be wishful thinking. Now, watch what happens when she's scratching her back. Just like that, she's scratching her back. So that's actually a little Easter egg because the fisherman in Hyrule in Ocarina of Time used to always scratch his back as a habit. So it's sort of an indication by a little cheeky nod to the fact that Henno is probably actually related. Thank you so much again for the on-screen celebration. That's really awesome placeholder. I appreciate it. Alright, this is Roller Goal. I suck at it. OMG, that's such a great Easter egg. It is. It's one of my favorite little Easter eggs in the game. Placehold really loves their fish, don't they? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with knowing what you love and that being fish. Again, I'm suddenly hungry. Oh boy. I also suck at Roller Goal. Super Monkey Ball. That's it. I also really suck at Super Monkey Ball. Unsurprisingly. Unsurprising to many people, I suck at Super Monkey Ball. It doesn't stop me from enjoying it though. By the way, if you have never seen a Super Monkey Ball speedrun, go do yourself a favor. They are so much fun. That was the most intelligent I've ever sounded. Alright, does this give me a 10? Does this... Okay, no. It's not randomized. Excellent. That's essentially what we came in to check, to see if it was randomized. Just give me 1 second here. Literally one of my favorite places in the entire Zelda franchise. I just had to turn up the gameplay, like the music, so you could hear it. It's one of my favorite areas. Oh, and it's raining! Oh! So every time you exit and enter the fishing hole, it will be a different season. So there's summer, winter, spring, and autumn. That's the one I missed. The best time to go to the fishing hole in order to collect all the proper collectibles is in summer, because that's when the Hylian Loach is at its summer or spring, sorry, because that's when the Hylian Loach is at its biggest, to get the reward for that. Alrighty. I'm just trying to think about what we do next. There are quite a few things for us to do. I just don't know what exactly we should do. Quite a few checks will open up to us once we get access to the Wolf Link form. So that is a big priority for us. Okay, it just seems to be a Hyrule field that this game cannot handle. So we're going to try and do as much as we can without the Wolf Link form. Again, keep in mind, this is my first randomizer. I do not have a set way around how we should approach these checks. One thing that is interesting me, however, there's no barrier around Hyrule Castle like there normally is. Does that mean by theory we should be able to get into Hyrule Castle? That's my question. If so, that's kind of interesting. We can go check that. I'm feeling fanciful. Let's go check that. There's also quite a number of sort of caves and caverns that we can do right now. Make it a Gamba. Oh, of whether or not we can get into, of whether or not we can get into Hyrule Castle. I like that. Bet, you're on. You guys just want to lose more points, don't you? Alright. We have about 2 minutes before we make it to Hyrule Castle, provided on how bad the lag is. Might be 3 minutes. It's probably going to be closer to 3 minutes. So you have 2 minutes to get your predictions in on that. Will we make it into Hyrule Castle? Absolutely, or... Nah, bro, come on. Of course not. Let's go. There isn't a barrier there, but I do know that we, at some point, will have to do Midna's Desperate Hour, which is how the barrier is usually there, so I don't know. Again, I'm learning all of this at the same time as everyone else, which is super fun. It's been a very long time since I have done a randomizer where I did not know what on earth was happening. Oh, there's our horse too. I forgot about that. Oops. Okay, that Dominion Rod's still busted, right? Okay, cool. Just double checking that I was correct in saying that the Dominion Rod's busted. Alright. How's that gamble looking? Alright, so a very thin majority of people think that we are actually gonna be able to get into Hyrule Castle. Did you just shoot my horse? How dare you? This is so bad. The lag is killing me. Alright. Let's see. Can we get into Hyrule Castle? This submission is closing in 15 seconds, so last few points, get them in. While we are waiting for that submission to close, just so we're not accidentally spoiling it. Is it here? No, it isn't. And I just took damage. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Up here, isn't it? There, we're just gonna quickly check here because I think there's a shop. And then the submissions are closed. It is dead on 50-50, which is kind of hilarious. One cup of red potion for 40 rupees. Okay, so it is actually red potion. That's good to know. I genuinely wasn't sure there for a second. Do you sell me anything? 1 cup of lantern oil, no thank you. And is there anyone out here? A lot of people don't know that this balcony exists. It's something I discovered completely by accident, and a lot of people don't know that it's actually a thing. Alright, what are you selling? I'll buy 30 arrows for 40 rupees, sure. Cool. So the main reason why I did that was to make sure it actually was 40 arrows or 30 arrows or however much it was. I just wanted to make sure that the text matched the item. As well as that, we needed arrows, so sure, I was happy to do that. We can't, at the moment, we have no sword to cut grass, so that was probably our best way of getting arrows. Without having to go into, you know, Wembley's or whatever the fancy name store is and paying, you know, 10,000 rupees for a set of arrows. Alright. I've edged you all long enough. Let's go check out Hyrule Castle. Can we get in? Dead even on the gamble there. Let's see how we go. No. Alright, we cannot get into Hyrule Castle. Alright, that's good to know. Let's fix up that Gamba. Whoever said no, congratulations. Who was that? Placehold and the hill to die on. Oh, hello, the hill to die on. Welcome in. I'm so sorry, Snacky. I think you lost some points there. Oopsies. Alrighty. No, no, no. We've been told not to allow anyone in right now. Alright, cool. So what we are going to do is we're going to use this moment to go back to parts of Hyrule Field again. And just go through some of the caverns, especially in the Eldin Province. Meow from Also Soup. Hello. Rip. Why is there a rip to my cat? I hope that's not Oh dear. Yes, congratulations, Hill to Die On. And also, welcome in. Hope you're having a great time. We are going to quickly check the 2 bugs that we caught, not with Fernandy, but with... There we go. Alright. Agatha! Come collect some weird bugs. We got the Dominion Rod last time. Now we can collect a few more. We can see what else she gives us. I will take a piece of heart. Absolutely. Alright. 20 rupees. I'll take 20 rupees. I honestly thought I was on the losing side of that one, lol. Yeah, no, fair enough. I genuinely wasn't sure. By the way, these bugs have the Triforce on them. It's never actually explained why. The Triforce only appears on items blessed by the gods, so these 2 bugs in particular were blessed by the gods. And only those 2 bugs. Again, there's no explanation as to why that happens. Alright, what are you going to give us, Dragonfly? More arrows, excellent. Alright. Oh, cute blessed bugs, so cute. Absolutely. Now, Agatha canonically in this game is like 10 years old, which makes the, which raises a lot of questions about the people who go, oh, she's my waifu. I think I fell asleep to you leaving Agatha's and now I've woken up to you entering it again. Absolutely, in that time we've collected quite a few bugs and quite a few ice traps. Alright, we're gonna see what Fernandy does for us, because I actually don't know what this is gonna give us. If it gives us anything, really, at all. So we picked, Future? The thing you seek is buried in the snow. The secret to climbing the snowy peaks is in the fur coat. Okay, so both Midna and Fernandy, tells us that we are going to the snow. You are 75% way to completing my sub goal. That's very nice. I don't know what changed suddenly, but that's very nice. Excellent. And let's check love as well. Okay, chat. Hello, Eve. Welcome in. Alright. Both Midna and Fernandy have mentioned the snow now, which is kind of, maybe we should head there. Does this give us an area that a heart piece is supposed to be in? Okay, well, we can't do anything like that. Who are we wifing? Elf Midna or Goblin Midna? ¿Por qué no los dos? Da, 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 da. I feel like that doesn't make sense to people outside of Australia. That's a very popular ad in Australia. Alright, it feels like the snow is on the way to us where I live. I am very cold tonight. Same here. My hands are currently frozen. I'm cold. I am very cold right now. I get it. Alright, we are back in Lag Rule Field. High Lag Field. That makes more sense. We're back in High Lag Field. That's still blocked off. We should have gone the other way. Alright, hang on, bear with us. We're going the other way. We've got to go back to Ordon Village. if Heap says anything other than Goblin Imp Midnight, they're in trouble. I'm assuming your autocorrect has gotten you again with that. There it is. Alright. Let's go back the other way. We are going to head back to the Elden area and clear out some of the caverns there. Yeah. You're sad, I get it. Alright. So, there we go. So passe. Alright, let's go back. Alrighty, so a lot of people know by now that this game was released on the GameCube, the Wii, and the Wii U. Now, the GameCube version has Link traditionally left-handed like he always normally is. I would demonstrate by pulling out the sword, but we currently don't have one. Oh, hello, Epona. I was about to go find Horsegrass. Excellent. So there we go. Yeah, so traditionally Link is left-handed, and in the GameCube version of the game, which is what this is based off, that still remains true. In the Wii version of the game, Link is right-handed. Now, for the reason for this is because you actually swing your sword using the Wii remote, and the creators of the game, felt that it would be Miyamoto in particular thought it would be weird to swing your right hand and have Link's left hand swing, and thought it would create a disconnect in playstyle. So for that reason, they decided to make Link right-handed, but instead of just changing Link to be right-handed, they mirrored the entire game. So this game may look different from what you remember as a child, and it's because if you played the Wii version, it is quite literally mirrored. Now, for the Wii U version of the game, it changed again. So the Wii U version of the game was slightly different in the fact that for regular mode, you would be playing the GameCube version of the map, where it remains like this. However, they rebranded the mirrored version and called it Hero Mode. So if you ever played Hero Mode on the Wii U version of the game, it was also very different. And also mirrored like the Wii version is. This is just going to take us a while to do this. Oh my god, how many arrows do you want to waste? Thank you. Wow. Alright. I miss left-handed Link. That's, yeah, so do I. Oh. There we go. I believe he's right. Link is right-handed in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom as well, if I recall correctly. Which I'm genuinely not sure why they did that, considering no motion controls are used for Link in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. There's the there's the motion gyro controls for certain puzzles, but not for Link and the sword swinging himself. I understand for games like Skyward Sword, yes, I can understand why he's right-handed for that, as Skyward Sword was completely motion controlled. But yeah, this game is dedicated to giving me bombs today, I swear. Alright. We are going to continue on through High Lag Field. Twilight Princess remake in Breath of the Wild engine when? I wouldn't even mind if it's not in the Breath of the Wild engine. I just want a remake. Or even just a port. I want this put on something where it's more available. I would kill for this game to be put on the Switch. Oh, okay, this lag is making me nervous, y'all. Alright. Again, this is the laggiest I've ever seen this game. It wasn't even that laggy to begin with on the original consoles, but damn, this is bad. I was gonna say, this is remaster on Switch 2 would be great. Honestly though, right, Snacky? I agree. There are very few reasons why... Well, that was a bit of overkill. There are very few reasons why I can think that this game hasn't been put on the Switch 2 yet. They put Wind Waker on the GameCube version of NSO, Nintendo Switch Online. The fact that they put they put Wind Waker up and not Twilight Princess is kind of telling. And I can't tell if it's because they're... Again, this is making me really nervous. I'm going to quickly safety save here just in case. Yeah, I can't tell if they did that because they've put Wind Waker and not Twilight Princess for a particular reason, or if it's because they're planning on remaking it. I hope it's for remake reasons and not for hardware or lack of interest or IP reasons, honestly. It wouldn't be IP reasons, but you get what I mean. I hope it's for a good reason and not a lame one. That's not a cave. The cave's on this side, isn't it? Again, I've been watching a YouTuber play through Hero Mode on GameCube, on Wii U, so it is mirrored, so occasionally my brain just gets a wee bit confuzzled, even though this is the version of the game that I played the most. I never actually played it on the Wii. Oh, I had it on the Wii, I never finished it on the Wii. Alright, we're gonna go through this cave in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna take a quick 30-second break because I am busting for the loo. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very, very soon. And then we're going to continue on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Yes. Bye in a second. Alrighty, we are back. I am so sorry for that. I had spicy ramen for lunch and it's not agreeing with my stomach, and without disclosing too much information. Alrighty, I hope you had a lovely little break just then. Alright, I've got some comments to catch up on. Trump break is don't go anywhere, a suggestion or a demand. It's a demand. Absolutely. And the Donks redeemed a random Zelda fact. Thank you for redeeming a random Zelda fact, Donks. Let's talk about glitches. More specifically, the bad kind of glitches. So this game, Twilight Princess, has... Ooh, I like the way it goes purple. This game, Twilight Princess, has a rather unfortunate... Oh dear, that case was doing a DJ remix into the wall. Oh my god, that's the stupidest case I've ever seen. Okay. I couldn't even set target onto it properly. That's hilarious. Okay, I was saying something. Yes, game-breaking glitches in Zelda. The bad kind of glitches. So you know me, I love my glitches. I love my glitches. And I love showcasing them to you. But there is one glitch I will not be showcasing in Twilight Princess. And it is the cannon room glitch. So in Twilight Princess, there is a very unfortunate thing that happens. So there's a particular room in the game where you talk to, you collect a cannon to get to City in the Sky. It's this way I want to go. So you collect a cannon to go to City in the Sky. Now this cannon has the potential to break your game, believe it or not. So what will happen is you will, what's supposed to happen is you collect, whatever, I'm just going to move past you. What's supposed to happen is that you unlock you open up the cannon and you go, oh yes, that's a cannon. Like you open up the room with the cannon and you go, yes, that's a cannon. And you talk to Shad, who is a character in this game, and he goes, wow, you have a cannon. That's pretty awesome, or whatever. And then you're supposed to talk to, Midna will pop out and she's like, alright, we need to warp away with this cannon. So you're supposed to talk to Shad again, and he would be like, right, I'll give you some space. You clearly want some space. You clearly don't want me around. I'm gonna get out of here. Because again, you can't actually, I don't like those legs. You can't actually warp away with someone watching you or someone in the area. So yeah, what's supposed to happen is Shad will be like, alright, cool, I'm getting out of your hair now. Have fun, bye. And that's that. In reality, ooh, she's just taking damage. In reality, if you save and quit, oh, we have a sword! Not exactly a good one, but I will take it. Again, not a good sword by any means. Wow, that camera angle was really bad. I will take a practice sword though. That gives us so much freedom in terms of what we can do. So yeah, okay, this was just dead end. Excellent. So what's supposed to happen is, yeah, you're supposed to sort of warp out of the room with the cannon after Shad recognizes that you want him to go away. If you save and quit in the cannon room without getting Shad to go away, he will never actually spawn the text of him going, oh, right, you need me to go away. And he will never actually leave the area. So because of that, you can never warp away with Midna. There we go. You can never warp away with Midna and get out of the cannon room. Shad actually blocks your exit out of the cannon room. You can never leave the room and you can never warp out of the room. And that's it, game over. Even if you save and quit again, you end up in the cannon room with the same issue. It's a very unique issue that isn't really explained as to why or how that got past playtesting. So what happened is after users reported this issue, because keep in mind, you got to this area after a lengthy side quest. A very lengthy and involved side quest. So a lot of people wanted to save and quit. Actually, we can go collect that bug now. So... Hi, lag field. So yeah, you if you save and quit, you know, it would happen. A lot of people encountered this issue. And they could send in their save data to Nintendo, like their disc and their GameCube to Nintendo, and they would update your version of the game so it wouldn't happen again. Unfortunately, your save data was just gone. Like, you would still need to delete your save file. They couldn't fix the save file for you. So you'd need to restart. So it's a really, really big oversight in this game that I can't believe happened. But guess what? It happened twice. Again, in a weird sort of twist, and I don't know how this got past playtesting, the exact same thing happened in Skyward Sword. So Skyward Sword has 3 major areas. The Eldin area, the Lanayru area, and the Faron area, not in that order. And each, the way the game worked is it had 3 different sort of segments of the game. You had the beginning section where you got introduced to the 3 areas, and you defeated a temple in each area to get, to sort of try and catch up to Zelda. And then you give up on catching up to Zelda, and you go there again, to each area again to do more dungeons. And I can't remember why you do that. That's to collect... Oh, you do your sacred... You do the Silent Realms there, and you do the 3 temples there to power up the Master Sword, I think. And then you go through a 3rd time to find the dragons. Oh, right, this is here. To find the dragons in order to get the song that you require. All of that's well and good. However, if you go and do the 3 dragons in the 3rd section, you're supposed to be able to do in whatever order you want. However, if you do the Lanayru dragon first and talk to a specific Goron, it actually sets an internal flag in the game without realizing, accidentally, and actually locks you out from doing the other 2 dragons, meaning you can never finish the game. So the fact that it happened in 2 3D Zeldas in a row, kind of bizarre. Anyway, there's your Zelda random fun fact. Thank you so much for letting me ramble for a while. Is this actually going to be the Zora armor? I don't think so. Of course, it's 10 rupees. Again, this is the best design of, like, the best design of any Zelda character in the entire series. I will die on that hill. Alright. There are a few things that we get to check here in CAC. So we have 2 torches that need to be lit here for a chest to appear. And then we have a bomb rock that also can be destroyed in CAC itself. Now, we can't get up Death Mountain. We still require the Iron Boots to get up Death Mountain. So there's nothing we can do there. Anything? 20 rupees. Okay, fine. Whatever. We may be able to do the archery mini game in CAC as well, which is going to be good. Now, here's the question I want to pose to everyone in chat. Do we do Forest Temple, or do we go see what's up with Snow Peak? Let me know. In the meantime, we are going to... Can we donate any money to Mallow Mart as well? Is that a thing yet? Do-dee-doo-dee-doo. Do-dee-doo. Do-dee-doo. Yeah! Can I donate? Excellent. So we'll come back with more money on that soon. So normally in vanilla gameplay it requires 1,000 rupees there. However, they only asked for 500 just then. So it must have been lowered for the randomizer, which is nice. Okay, cool. Okay, it seems that there's no way for us to do the archery game. That's perfectly fine with me. Let's see what this is. If this is anything important. I'm gonna wager it isn't, but... I am wrong. I can get this with the claw shot, right? I can get this with the claw shot, right? I don't know if I can get this with the claw shot. So there's a little bit of irony with the Gale Boomerang being up there. And that is, you're supposed to collect this item with the Gale Boomerang. It's a piece of art normally, and you're supposed to collect it with the Gale Boomerang. I don't know if you can collect this with the claw shot. And if so, that's kind of bad. The Gale Boomerang is a really important item in this game. Okay. That kind of sucks. Hang on. Can I get closer? No, it just blocks the view. Right, okay. Oh, wait. Oh my god, this is like literally on the pixel. Ignore my face, I'm locking in. Oh my god, come on. I saw it appear. Oh my god. Okay, you guys saw it appear too, right? Okay, hang on. A little bit over. Ignore my face, I'm locking in. That's what she said. Thank you, Placehold. Yes! Are you kidding me? Oh my god! Are you kidding me? That's it, I quit. Oh my god, that is the that's the meanest thing this game has done to me. Oh, I got so excited then. That is so mean. Oh my god. Alright. Thanks, game. Alright. Do we have any input here? Shall we go to, I'm still reeling from that. Should we go to Zora's Domain and to Snow Peak Ruins, or should we do Forest Temple, people? What are we feeling? Now that we have a sword, we can get through a bit of Forest Temple. Without the Gale Boomerang, we still can't do a lot of it. And again, I don't know if we need the Reekfish scent to be able to do much in Zora's Domain either. We can check either way. No harm, no foul. Forest Temple, I like the way you think. Let's do it. Again, keep in mind we won't be able to finish Forest Temple, but we'll still be able to do quite a bit of it. Just in terms of, there we go. Just in terms of the Gale Boomerang, we won't be able to do all of it, but we should be able to get through a solid portion. Alright. How are we all feeling about the Twilight Princess rando so far? It's a bit of a departure from what we normally do, but I hope you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying it so far. Oops. There we go. I will say it's nice not to have your horse throw you off your back like it does in Breath of the Wild. I don't pay attention to how many spurs I've got left. And then suddenly I'm being turfed off the back of my horse, like in Twilight Princess, and I'm sitting in Breath of the Wild. I'm like, what just happened? Alright. Nice. Alrighty, let's go. We're gonna stop lagging in a second now as well, which is gonna be very nice. Alright, so while we are heading off to the Forest Temple, there's we've talked about some of the differences between the HD and the original version of Twilight Princess, but there is a few things that didn't actually make the cut between the two games. So some of the things in the GameCube version that just never appeared in the HD version. The main one being the title screen, part of the title screen. So Twilight Princess has a very what's the word I'm looking for? Very iconic opening screen. To answer your question before, I am enjoying the TP randomizer. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I'm very much glad to hear that. Thank you so much, Placeholder. I'm very much glad you're enjoying it. So yeah, Twilight Princess has a quite the iconic opening screen. And the beginning of you know, the horse riding like Link and the horse riding over. I'm still getting used to seeing TP as Twilight Princess and not toilet paper. Honestly, fair. I can get that. I too love The Legend of Zelda toilet paper. It's my favorite Zelda game. So yeah, so they're the iconic, you know, Link and Epona on the bridge with the ha da 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 da. That obviously has remained the same between the two games. However, if you let the opening credits play out, there's a little bit of a sort of cinematic of the a cinematic teaser trailer, and it is actually the teaser trailer that just got put in as part of the opening credits. That teaser opening trailer never made it into the HD version. So if you let the credits run out in the HD version, it just loops automatically without playing the teaser trailer. So that's a weird little thing that never made it into the game, the HD version that was in the original version. And a lot of people either didn't know that little cinematic existed, or they assumed that it was in the HD version and never bothered to check. So it's something that a lot of people have don't even notice is missing now. There we go. I heard that it's a bit poopy. Oh, The Legend of Zelda toilet paper. Yeah, well, you know, some of your best games are a little poopy in places. This is a insert joke about Zora's in Tears of the Kingdom here. I've mentioned this before, but the Tears of the Kingdom, and there's going to be slight spoilers for Tears of the Kingdom here in case you're worried. The Zoras have it the roughest in Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, sure, the Rito are freezing to death, and yeah, sure, the Gorons are possessed and all that by a rock. Zora Domain is covered in suspicious brown sludge. They're covered in poop. Literally the shittest situation you could find yourself in. Let's be real here. It's poop. They're covered in poop. Can I destroy this with Claw Shot? Or does it have to be Boomerang? I think it has to be Boomerang for this chest. Oh, no, we got it. Excellent. 20 rupees. brilliant. How many monkeys do I have following me? Okay, just one. Sounded like 3 for a second there. I'm glad you enjoyed my pun about how direly bad the Sora's situation is. It is literally like a shit situation. Alright. Piece of heart. I will take that. I think that's almost... I think that is vanilla. In the HD version, that is a stamp. Link is still currently richer than me. Same. By a long shot too. Sadly a long shot. No, I do have all the monkeys available to me. Interesting. Alright. Again, there's quite a bit of this we're not going to be able to do right off the bat. But we can still get as much done as possible. Rude. You know what, just for that. Oh crap, I'm about to be blown up, aren't I? What? It got stuck up there. Okay. Is a cuckoo a randomized item? I don't think so, but... Okay, a cuckoo... Uku is not a randomized item. Technically, the pronunciation is Uku. I've always just called it Ukuku. I don't know why. I think it's because I just read it and went, oh, like a cocker, like a cuckoo, like a bird sort of thing, like the chicken. It's not anything like the chicken. There we go. I mean, kind of like the chicken, actually, if you think about it. Alright. Link is currently richer than me. Because you're a little cuckoo. That's it. That's exactly it. I love it. That's exactly it. Alright. There's one chest down here. So talking a little bit about Twilight Princess's dungeons. Twilight Princess, in my opinion, has the strongest dungeon lineup of any Zelda game. Majora's Mask has some good dungeons, outside of, in terms of a randomizer, I hate Stone Tower Temple, but in vanilla gameplay, Stone Tower Temple, I recognize it as one of the greats. But outside of, what's it called? Outside of that one with the water. That's great. Okay, that's nothing. Excellent. Outside of Great Bay Temple, the dungeons in Majora's Mask are fabulous, don't get me wrong. However, there's only 4 of them. I feel like I can't really count if there's only 4 of them. So, Twilight Princess, I think, has the strongest dungeon, the words are currently just not working for me. I don't know what to say. Words are just not coming to me. Yeah, it has the strongest dungeon roster of any Zelda game for me personally. The only 2 dungeons that I do not enjoy going through are Lakebed Temple and Palace of Twilight. Every other one, they're not dungeons that I tolerate, they're dungeons that I actively look forward to. And that is... There's dungeons that you enjoy, there's dungeons that you tolerate, and there's dungeons that you downright loathe. And for me in particular, the dungeons that I tolerate are far more common than dungeons I genuinely look forward to. Actually, okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. I tolerate City in the Sky. I tolerate City in the Sky, that's about it. The rest of them I downright enjoy. I kind of tolerate Goron Mines. The rest of them I downright enjoy. I think this is one of the coolest forest temples we've ever had. An unpopular opinion, I think it's better than the Ocarina of Time Forest Temple. But the dungeons here are so good. You have a forest temple that's a great introduction to the game without being too terribly easy. you have free hot take for us there. That's it. I know a lot of people love the Ocarina of Time dungeon, the Ocarina of Time Forest Temple. It constantly wins best temple polls. Doesn't do much, if anything, for me. And that's a free hot take from you to me. Yeah. We're getting a lot of rupees. Like, Link is now, you know, almost 4 times as rich as I am. Actually, over 4 times as rich as I am. But we're not getting much in terms of items, are we? Yeah, look, this is a great first dungeon, a great introduction that's fun but not too easy. The Goron Mines, in all honesty, my only criticism with the Goron Mines is the Iron Boot sections. If the Iron Boot sections were just a touch faster, I'd have no complaints with it. The fact that the boss key is in 3 separate parts and you have to collect each separate part from the Goron Elders, absolutely cool. I love that idea. Is that a sign? That's a sign in the Forest Temple. Excellent. They say that wrestling with Bo is a bomb bag. We've already done that, funnily enough, so that's fine. Yeah, so this is a great first dungeon. The Goron Mines out there has a really cool concept attached to it. The Lakebed Temple exists. I really don't have much nice to say about the Lakebed Temple. I think it's cool that you can go fishing in the Lakebed Temple. I'll give it that. But then you've got Arbiter's Grounds. You've got Temple of Time. You've got Snow Peak Ruins, which is honestly one of the best dungeons, hands down. You've got again, the Palace of Twilight exists, I guess. It's got a really cool vibe to it. I love the aesthetic. That's the nicest thing I will say about it. And then you've got possibly the best final dungeon. And that's Hyrule Castle. I love the Hyrule Castle in Twilight Princess. For all of its criticisms that it received upon launch, Twilight Princess genuinely has some of the best dungeons we've seen in Zelda. And with the way that temples have been handled in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, possibly the best dungeons we'll see for a while. That's kind of a hot take, I feel. Don't get me wrong. Okay, that's just a heart. That's fine. Again, Skyward Sword's dungeons were cool. I genuinely enjoyed Skyward Sword's dungeons, but Twilight Princess still remains supreme. Oh, thank you for redeeming a random Zelda fact. Thank you for redeeming that to listen to me ramble after my ramble. Alright, so this is a short but sweet one for you. So if you'd like another one, feel free to let me know. Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of The Legend of Zelda, created the Zelda series after his sort of boyhood daydreams of picking up a sword and just going adventuring. This was based off his daydreams. Miyamoto has admitted multiple times that he has regular nightmares about glitches being found in his games. Poor Mr. Miyamoto, your games are full of glitches. The Zelda games are kind of known for their glitches. So, but yes, he has regular nightmares, the poor bloke, about having glitches found in his games. Oh, come on, I wasn't even on that. Alright, that's it, I'm just skipping to the end. You don't actually have to climb those properly, you can just sort of skip to the end. Now, we need the Gale Boomerang to get this chest here, but we don't need the Gale Boomerang to get this one up here. Anyway, thank you so much, Virtual Fusion Games, for redeeming those points. If you'd like another one, feel free to let me know. You know me, I'm always happy to give out some factoids. Alrighty. come off it. I will say, without the Gale Boomerang, this room becomes much more annoying. Normally with the Gale Boomerang, you can just boomerang up all these tiles and send them floating up into the air with the worms with it. There we go. That's great. I would suggest most programmers have the same nightmare. That's it. There is a fun thing where a lot of programmers now will, especially for smaller indie games, will work with speedrunners and with competitive gamers to sort of make sure that their updates and their quality of life updates and stuff like, and their patches aren't going to negatively impact the competitive scene. It's mostly with the small indie developers who really rely on people and communities like speedrunners to sort of showcase their games to get sales. But we're seeing an increase of companies and developers expressing interest and reaching out to the speedrun community to go, hey, if I update this, is this going to kill the online community? And sort of, to an extent, leaving certain glitches in, not in a sense that it's going to kill like the vibe and, you know, kill the enjoyment of the run, but just to make sure it doesn't kill the competitive scene either. And which I think is really cool. Nintendo obviously won't be doing that. They do not need speedrunners to sort of highlight their games or showcase their games for sales. And Zelda in particular, especially Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, have seen its fair share of updates. We need the Gale Boomerang for that. Have seen its fair share of updates to sort of try and block the majority of glitches that come through. That's a great collab. Exactly. Games Done Quick in particular. Did I already kill the one down here? I did. Okay. Games Done Quick in particular has quite a few developers for games sitting on the couch for these games and, you know, talking about the creative processes involved, which I think is super cool. I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? There we go. They have the creators sitting on the couch talking about the development of the games and the creative process, or we see those creators donate when they see people playing their games. It's a really cool creative collaboration there, and something that I really love to see. In the end, every single gamer and every single programmer are all interested in the same thing, and that is gaming. We're all nerds at heart. Can I defeat this without the Gale Boomerang? We will find out. This is gonna take a while, just letting you know. So, with the wooden shield, wooden sword, it's obviously the most low-powered sword. So that... Yeah, it's obviously the most low-powered sword, so the amount of hits it will take is going to be astronomical compared to the other swords in this game. Alright, this is gonna take a while. There we go. That did not take nearly as long as I thought it would. Never mind. We're good. Alright, bombs. I will say having bombs are... rude. There we go. Having bombs in this dungeon, for this dungeon already, just makes this place super easy. Alright, what are you? You are a key. Are you though? Are you a key? No, you're not. You're a piece of art. Let's go. So this for this randomizer, we have a setting on called Keysy, which means that we have all the keys removed from the game. hence why we have a bunch of monkeys unlocked already, because this would be where a monkey is kept. And there'd be a locked sort of gate there. We should start a new event, Games Done Slow, where you can do a game, where you do a game using the most basic entry-level stuff you can. There is, that's actually not a bad idea. There are events charity marathon events that aren't necessarily speedrunning. Zeldathon does, like, randomizers and stuff, which Games Done Quick does as well. But it's, less of a focus on speedrunning, more playthroughs. And TRG Coliseum used to also do just playthroughs of games instead of speedruns. But I've never seen an event dedicated to going as slow as possible. There you go. Alright. So yes, we have removed most of the keys from this game. This is done quite intentionally. Again, this is our first randomizer for Twilight Princess. So I did not want to come in here and then have to try and find all these keys and, you know, have key sanity going. I wanted to make this as enjoyable and stress-free as possible. Hence why we have no keys. Oh, an empty bottle. Very nice. I think that's our first empty bottle. It is. Oh, right. Hang on. We have the practice sword and we have an empty bottle. Excellent. Again, if you ever see that I haven't updated the, whatchamacallit? Okay, there's a cutscene that usually plays here, hence why the text just popped up. If you ever see that the tracker is not updated for any reason, please feel free to just go, hey Sal, update the tracker, because I never do. Slow-mo mode, no running, rolling, forward, jumping, etc. You can only walk everywhere. Can I still make it across these monkeys? Because otherwise we're stuck here for a few minutes. Can I still go over the monkeys? This is technically swinging, not jumping. You let me know, Placehold. I do kind of have to do a brief run jump to reach the monkey, that's all. Yes, you can have that sort of gameplay. Excellent. Alright. Now we are on slow-mo mode for the next 5 minutes. Alexa, no, you're Siri. Oops, 5-minute timer. There we go. 5-minute timer set. We are on slow-mo mode. Thank you so much, Placehold. This is going to be a little bit painful for a few people here. Oh, there we go. This is about as slow as I can go. There is a very specific dead zone that I have to avoid, or, you know, each controller has what's called a dead zone. So that's sort of the amount that you can press up a controller before... Oh, this is gonna suck with slow-mo mode. Whoopsies. So there's a certain amount that you can press on the controller or adjust on the controller without it being registered as an input. So it's a management of getting out of the dead zone while still not going full speed. Okay, this is gonna kind of suck. I have no arrows. This is gonna suck further. I have to roll to defeat him. Okay. I can't defeat him without rolling. How about arrows? You can if it's roll if it's part of a fight. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay. That's what we have to do. And now we are just making our way over slowly. Okay, there we go. Alright. I'm trying to move as slowly as I can outside of rolling to hit him. Okay. Oh, balls. I missed that. Okay. Okay, there we go. We are moving as slowly as we can. Okay, this fight may also take a while. Okay, we might just restart the 5-minute timer once we finish this boss fight, I reckon. Just because this is going to take a while. There we go. Alright. That took a while with the wooden sword, I'm not going to lie. That took a bit longer than I expected. Alright. Bad little parasite. I just like torturing Xiao Bao. Thanks, Placehold. I appreciate it. Alright. Bye-bye, Ook. Alright. What's this Gale Boomerang gonna be? We've already been tortured once by a Gale Boomerang. What's this one actually going to be? What are you going to give me? The funny thing is, we can't actually get out of this room. We are now stuck in this room with, because we need the Gale Boomerang to get out. So now we're gonna save and reset. This is as far as we can get in the Forest Temple without the Gale Boomerang. So we are going to leave Forest Temple here. There we go. I think the last thing we are going to do today before we finish up stream is we are just going to go up to Link's house. We are going to go to Link's house and we are going to just check the one chest in his basement with the lantern. Why I say this is going to be the last thing is because it's going to take us a while to get there. We can only slow mode it. Provided we don't die in the fog, we're gonna be, oh, good. Again, if I accidentally run, this is the dead zone of my controller just not allowing me to walk as slowly as possible. So we're gonna do this for an extra 2 minutes to make up for that boss fight. Again, thank you, Placehold, for this challenge. If you'd like to ban an action or see your own challenge, feel free to submit channel points for that. You've also got channel points for a wide variety of things. Link dies, for example. You redeem 1,500 points for Link's dies. And we drop everything and find the fastest way to make Link die. We've got 3,000 points for Sans fight, which is labeled as bad time. For 3,000 points, we can have a bad time. You can play 2 Truths 1 Lie with me. You can find out my gaming hot takes. You can find out a random Zelda fact, random roller coaster fact. All of it is up to you, really. Alright. Oh, I have to go back and get lantern oil. Bear with me. Oh, balls. There we go. Hang on. There we go. Alright, we are walking slowly. Slow-mo mode. Activate. Oh, because we paid him extra rupees last time, he's now been waiting for me. The Hill to Die On redeemed 2 truths, 1 lie with Sourbow. Thank you so much. We are going to make this a Gamba. Alright, start prediction. 2 truths, 1 lie. Let's find a, let's think about 2 truths and 1 lie today. Okay. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Ooh. We're gonna do 2 truths, 1 lie, gaming edition. Alrighty. So for 5, you've got 5 minutes to get in your channel points. The 2 truths, 1 lie. Just keep in mind you are voting for what you think is the lie. So my favorite Mario game is Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. My favorite Animal Crossing game is New Leaf for the 3DS. My favorite PC game is Undertale for the PC. And I'm aware that Undertale is released on other platforms, but... Oh, right, I forgot to pay. Sorry, mate. No, I was gonna pay, I promise. I was gonna pay. I didn't steal. Alright, you know what? Just because I didn't mean to steal. There you go. You can have all of my money. There we go. What's winning so far? Don't forget to get those channel points in. Alright, let me have a look and see what's winning so far as I walk. Mario Sunshine being my favorite game is winning as the lie. And then Animal Crossing for the 3DS is in 2nd place. No one thinks that I'm lying when I say Undertale is my favorite PC game. Oh wait, no, some people think that. Wow, alright, we've got a 75 to 10 to 15. What an interesting spread. How bizarre. I love it. I love to see it. Alright, we're almost done with our slow-mo walk through here as well, I promise. Alrighty. Don't forget you have 3 minutes to get in your subscriptions? No, your submissions for 2 truths, 1 lie. Alright, we are done with our slow-mo challenge. Thank you so much, Placehold, for that. I appreciate it. Alright. We're gonna go around this side, because I think this is what confused me last time. Are you kidding me? I shouldn't have died there. Alright. Come on, let's go. Alright, while those submissions are coming in for our Gamba right there, our 2 truths, 1 lie Gamba, I want to hear in chat, what are your gaming hot takes? We've heard some of my hot takes tonight. What are your gaming hot takes? I can't be the only one with hot takes in this. Alright. We're just gonna speed through here. Again, we are just going to quickly head out to Ordon and check the, what's in Link's house. Alright, so Mario Sunshine is still winning. Gaming hot take, I want an Ultimate Link who can roll and jump, not or. That's true, there's no roll button in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I never thought about that. How wonderfully bizarre. I kind of agree with that. I want to roll and a jump. I remember the day, because I was actually one of the playtesters, I say playtesters, I got to play the beta of Breath of the Wild before it released. I think about a solid 6-8 months before it released, which was really cool. And just the shock and the amazement at the fact that there was a jump button in Zelda was, it completely shook me. I'd never imagined that we'd ever have a jump button in Zelda. No, I agree with that hot take. Thank you, Ducky. I like it. Alrighty, we have 51 seconds left on that Gamba, so if you want to get some points in, you pick what you think. That made no sense. You get what I mean. Alright. There's a sign here? Did I read that before? Snowboard racing is a piece of heart. Okay, excellent. My hot take, I'm not a fan of guns in games. They make everything too lazy. Just point and shoot. You know what? I can get that. I will say, I suck at first-person shooters. I genuinely suck at them. So I can kind of get that. Another 100 rupees. As someone who sucks, yeah, it is technically just point and shoot, but I'm still really bad at it. My one exception to that is Splatoon. I really like Splatoon. Alright, just some money. That's it. Alright, our Gamba has closed. Let's have a look at those points here. So, favorite Mario game being Sunshine is the lie, has 70%, and then 24% of people think that my favorite Animal Crossing being the new Leaf for the 3DS is the lie. And one singular person thinks that Undertale being my favorite PC game is the lie. Alright, drum roll please. The lie is... Sunshine is not my favorite Mario game. It comes close, but it is not my favorite Mario game. Congratulations to Snecky and 2 other people who won that. So congratulations. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I love Sunshine. Sunshine's one of the all-time greats, but it's not my personal favorite Mario game. That still goes to 64 with 64 with 3D World coming in a close second. Love Splatoon. Oh, so do I. Splatoon's so much fun. Although I still argue that Splatoon 1 was probably the best Splatoon game. I struggled with 2 and 3. Getting into 2 and 3 as much. Still got into them, don't get me wrong. But 1 I sunk so many hours into, like a ridiculous amount of hours. Hot take. A great game is the Little King's Story. A great game is Little King's Story. The soundtrack is all classical music. It's great. I have never even heard of it. I'm gonna have to check that out because that sounds actually really cool. Never even heard of it. But classical music in a video game is my kind of jam. I like that. Alright, I did say that the last thing we were going to do was check the chests in Link's house. But, you want to herd some goats? Diddy Kong Racing was better than Mario Kart, introduced an open world decades before anyone else. Yeah. Okay, no, Diddy Kong Racing is not better than Mario Kart Wii. It is better than Mario Kart 64. Opponent just paused, pushed a goat out the way, and then continued on. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing, way better than Super Mario 64. Not Super Mario, Mario Kart 64. I will happily concede that point to you. Yeah, I agree. Also, Diddy Kong Racing for the Nintendo 64 is the superior version. The remake for the 3DS was not as good. A lot of people think that the remake for the 3DS is the definitive version. No. In fact, it's the greatest travesty that Nintendo lost the IP for half the characters in Diddy Kong Racing, because we will never see it remastered, which makes me genuinely so sad. No, like, we will never see it remastered in the way it should be. I have a lot of feelings about Diddy Kong Racing. Alright. I'm loving hearing all of your hot takes. I was gonna say, you hear me yap about my opinions a lot. What about your opinions? I'm loving it. Come on. If you whip the goats too much, they eventually turn red and ram you off your horse. Which is kind of funny. Can I get it to happen? No, they're just oddly obedient today. Alright, get in. Okay, this is a hot doo-doo time of a goat herd, but still. Get in. Come on. Also, yes, the open world concept of Diddy Kong Racing in a video game. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Now he's gonna ram me. There it is. I just really wanted to show that off. Yeah, that's right. Hang your head in shame. Alright. Rita Rabbit was goat. Oh, I forgot about Rita Rabbit. Thank you for reminding me of my childhood. Any Australian kid born in the 90s would have, or 80s or 90s, would have had Rita Rabbit. It was so good. There was also, McDonald's in Australia was giving out these games in the early 2000s called Jumpstart. Jumpstart games have been around forever, but they had like a series that was released on disc for, okay, just arrows. That was released on disc for, like as Happy Meal toys in Australia. And they were like learning games. I found last night Jumpstart Artist. For the first time since I was a kid. I lost that disc when I was about 11 or 12, and I was so upset that I had lost the disc and I couldn't find it anywhere. I found a copy of it last night online, and oh, made my childhood complete to play it. I was so happy. Here's a link to the Little King story trailer. I am so going to check that out when stream is over because I'm so interested. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see it. I have many takes that are at least lukewarm. I feel that, yeah. I was gonna say some of my hot takes I feel like are ice cold takes, but you know, that's fine. For now though, we are going to leave this here. We have had a wonderful stream. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours, which is absolutely bonkers. I've enjoyed every minute of it. We have gotten so many great things in this go around. We've gotten the bow, the Dominion rod, Uku's note. When did we get Uku's note? Okay. Thank you so much for following Hive Taken. That's really cool. Thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We found so many really cool items. We've gotten so much done. And we got ice trapped a whole bunch. And I made a fool of myself quite a bit. So, next time on Tuesday, we are going to continue with Twilight Princess. You can check my schedule to see when I'm next live if you're not sure. I genuinely try to keep to it as much as I can. This week has just been a little bit thrown up in the air because of SGDQ. Thank you so much for the love I was taken. That's really cool. Placehold. You're trying to extend the stream. I see it happening. Alright. Alright. Let's do it. In case you didn't know, Bad Time Simulator, Bad Time is something that Placehold just redeemed some points for, and we're gonna do it. Alright. That's not the right website. Bad Time. Aha, that's the one. Alright. If anyone has, if you saw my files just then, no you didn't. If anyone has seen this game before, or any part of Undertale, you will understand what's about to happen. I suck at this so bad, hence why it's an incentive. We will do this, and then we are ending stream. Thank you so much, Placehold, for redeeming points for this. Alright, let's go. I'm taking less damage every time we do that beginning part. Alright. If you are a fan of Undertale, or want to see what it's about, Undertale is not going to be happening anytime soon. That was a bit of a mislead. But the spiritual successor sequel by Toby Fox, the guy who did Undertale here, his game Deltarune will be run at SGDQ on Sunday evening Australian time. Games on Quick / schedule if you want to check when it is for you. The schedule adheres to your time zone. It will be an amazing speedrun. Feel free to check it out. For now, though, let's fail a bit. Again, I still suck at this fight so bad. Alright. I don't know what it is. I can do the first one, and I can't do the second one, even though it's the same sort of thing, just mirrored. Alright, we're gonna do a legendary here. Because I know which one's coming up, and I think I can do this. I said, and immediately failed. Wow! I immediately failed that. That was bad. Alright, we're gonna wait. So if we wait for the pink to go down, we actually recover the most amount of health. Alright. You can tell I need to practice this more, because I hate this one. This is where I always die when we do this. Alright. I think this is... You're heaps better than I would be. Thank you. I think this is the furthest we've actually gone while doing this. Oh no, we've done Guster Blasters before. Ah, bo-bo-da-bo. Die! Alright, Steak, let's go. Ah! Again, I suck at this one so bad. This just sucks. Alright, we're gonna lose anyway. Might as well. Alright. This is the furthest we've ever made it. We are getting better slowly. Oh, I remember this one. Oh, balls. Alright. This is genuinely the furthest we've ever made it. So if we die here to the Guster Blasters, I still wouldn't be mad. Whoa. I said if, game. Alright, this is it. This is all we have left. That was surprisingly easy. This is gonna be harder, isn't it? Whoa. We're holding on. You might be wondering why I'm not trying seriously to hit him properly. There it is. It's because you can't actually miss him. It's scripted to miss every time. Hence why I don't even bother trying to hit the center for that. But thank you so much, Placehold, for putting in your points. You're getting better and better. I'll have to keep porting channel points to keep throwing this at you. Thank you so much, Placehold. I appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed watching me suffer through that. That was pretty good. Thank you, I was taken. I love Undertale. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I abandoned Genocide route at Undyne. Couldn't do Undyne. Never actually got to the Sans fight. So the fact that I can actually somewhat do it now, yeah, actually no, I can't even get close to. But I'm getting better slowly. Sans Undertale. Indeed, Sans Undertale. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Hold tight for 2 more minutes. We're just going to find someone to raid. There's a good chance I already know who we're going to raid, but we're going to see again. How are we feeling about Mega Man 3? Oh, hang on, let me see what else there is. Yeah, let's go Mega Man 3. We're going back to Games Done Quick. I know we did that last time, but we're doing Games Done Quick again. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you everyone for following, for commenting, for your channel points, for everything like that. It's always genuinely appreciated. I cannot wait to see you on Tuesday. Have a lovely night and stay safe, stay warm, stay golden. Bye!